Hey church, this is Pastor Tim. Just wanted to wish you Merry Christmas, and just in reading the Advent calendar for today, today is December the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. So we're coming down to the final stages of the Advent, and we will still have those at our Christmas Eve service for tomorrow night. But I did want to read the passage because I just thought it was outstanding today, and not your typical passage for Advent, and it's from John chapter 1 verses 16 and 17, and it says, "And of his fullness," meaning Jesus's fullness, "we have all received, and grace for grace." Verse 17 says, "For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ." And what I thought was just encouraging from that is that John is describing the overflowing, inexhaustible supply of grace that comes only through Jesus. The phrase grace for grace may be a little bit unusual, but what he's basically saying is that there is a vivid grace upon grace, or even grace on top of layering of grace that comes through. And it's the same word that he uses for his fullness that Paul uses in Colossians 1:19, where he was saying that the fullness of God is dwelling in him. And that first chapter of John's gospel really says it so much more than just that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. No, it says it several times that Jesus is God. And this grace for grace almost, to me, gives a picture of, have you ever stood at the beach where a wave comes on top of another wave, on top of another wave? And that grace for grace is saying that we have grace following after grace, following after grace. And so whenever we think of that, it's just like God is saying that the moment from one grace has done its work, another one arrives to take its place. And so many times that's what we need in our lives, is say, God, I need your grace today. Oh, and I need your grace again this afternoon. And I need your grace again and again and again. So that's what I see, that the fullness of Christ that we've received comes into our life, and he continually supplies just as inexhaustibly as a wave does for grace. And then it says that the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. The law was there all along, and it's not denigrating what Moses did, but whenever Jesus came, it was not just the law. It wasn't even just the truth, but it was grace and truth. The fuller, final, surpassing grace comes through Jesus. It wasn't just, here's what's right and here's what's wrong, but here's the grace that can allow us to receive it. And so whenever we receive Christ, we have received from him that declaration, that reception at salvation, and that we can receive the fullness of him. So I hope as you were reading through the Advent, if there were some days that you missed, then keep this Advent, or if you didn't ever pick it up, keep this Advent guide with you, even after Christmas, to celebrate what the Christmas message is. And then again, I want to give you one last invitation. On Christmas Eve afternoon, at 4 o'clock, we're going to be having a full service, but it will be over in an hour, so we will allow you to go back to your home and get prepared for Christmas Day. And we hope to see you December 24th at 4 o'clock, and then again back on Sunday morning, 11 o'clock for worship, 9:45 for Sunday school. Listen, God bless, and may you have a wonderful and Merry Christmas.